Hey, welcome back to Taking Trades. My name is Jimmy, and this is our channel where we talk about day trading. We share entries, exits, and really anything else related to day trading. So today is February 7th, 2019. I had a nice green day. I didn't even look at natural gas today. After yesterday's sluggishness, I just left it alone. I moved on, went to some large cap stocks, and had a little bit of success today. So today I focused on my VWAP break strategy that I was talking about a few videos ago, and I'll try to link somewhere in here at the end of the video that video so you can watch that and catch up on it. But I had two specific VWAP break strategies that worked great today, and or the same strategy but two attempts at it. Both green, both were great. I want to break those down, explain those a little more, kind of show you what I'm doing on those, and then I also want to, I kind of came up with an analogy that I want to share at the end of this video after we break the trades down, and it just helps. Something dawned on me today about trading strategy and different patterns, and I found myself sort of saying, you know, why do I have to have all these different strategies and all these different patterns I'm watching for when I could just analyze a chart and look for my strategy or my thing that I do really well and only do that thing. And as I sort of look at some other folks who are pretty successful in day trading, sort of a common theme is that they have, you know, a thing they do and they just do that really well. So I think with day trading, we have to really niche down into one specific thing that you do, get really, really good at it, and then once you feel like that is a super reliable source of income for you with that one strategy or that one pattern or that one thing, then maybe move on and expand your horizons in day trading and figure out how to, you know, maybe some other plays that might work for you. But today, it really hit home with my success on this VWAP trading strategy that this might be maybe my thing right now that's working, and maybe I need to really niche down and just focus on that, and then maybe collect information on my trades and sort of see what my success rate is with it, and then go from there. And as I continue to learn, I can add other strategies. But anyway, let's jump into these trades, and then after that, let's talk more about what I'm babbling about now. And we can, you know, maybe you guys can comment. Let me know what you think about niching down to one specific strategy versus trying to do a bunch of everything and be maybe mediocre at a bunch of stuff. So anyway, let's jump into the trades.
All right, we're diving in here. So I'm not going to look at natural gas tonight. I promise. I'm not going to go and check it out. I'll just say that if you were holding D-gas today, you had quite a day. But anyway, I'm looking at Facebook here, and like I mentioned in the intro video, I was looking at my VWAP strategy, the VWAP break strategy that I've been messing around with, and it worked really well today, and I just want to break that down for you and show you guys what's going on. So this is Facebook. This is the one minute chart, and you can see the purple line is my VWAP. I don't have the upper or lower VWAP bands right now. I just have the 50 simple moving average and then the general middle VWAP. So you can see it push up, and as the day started, this is another trade, not the VWAP break. I'm not going to get into this one right now, but this movement up, and then you can see start to push down, and then we get a VWAP break right here. And when I say a VWAP break, I just mean price action is above, it crosses the VWAP and continues below. So what I like to do with the VWAP breaks is anytime I get a push below the VWAP, which happened right here, then sometimes you'll get a pause and a move back in the other direction a little bit. So to avoid some of that craziness with getting stopped out prematurely, what I had decided a while ago to do was wait for that first break, let it pull back or bounce or pause, whatever it wants to do, and then I'll set my limit order, my stop limit order, like a penny or two below this low. So it can kind of do it at once, and then when it's ready to go down and cross that line, it'll activate my order. I'll be in, and I can then look to take profits as we go lower. So that's exactly what happened today. I got the cross. It broke the VWAP. It pulled back. It was bouncing around in here a little bit. I set my order a penny or two below. And then on this candle here, you can see I got in short 300 shares at 168.08. So it broke down. I sat through this candle and then this candle, and it pushed down and activated my stop limit order to cover my position. So ended up being a beautiful trade, and I ended up, up $157 on Facebook today. So it was just a really good trade. And what I decided to do was to journal a little bit about this and write down some specifics about this trade, because this is a strategy that I've really been enjoying investigating and trying to figure out. And so I just took note of kind of the direction of the different EMAs and simple moving averages. And then I'm going to try and catalog about 20 to 30 of them. And then I'm going to do some calculations on them and sort of look for any commonalities. And then as I figure that stuff out, I'll obviously make a video and share that with you guys. So that was Facebook. Now I'm going to flip over, and on my other screen I've got Twilio. So Twilio was doing an interesting thing, and this will probably remind you maybe a little bit of natural gas with UGAS and DGAS. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about natural gas, but I had to reference it there. Because natural gas and UGAS and DGAS seem to like to range around, and that's where I seem to take my trades, are based off support levels. So Twilio opened up, pushed down, bounced on the support here a couple times, there, and there. You can see it pushed all the way down to the bottom of this white rectangle I drew in, and then pushes back up, takes a breather, goes all the way to the top, hits resistance. Touch, 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 rejection. So we've got two nice big rejection points here, and I'm going to fancy it up here. So there's a rejection point, there's a big rejection point. Down here we've got a big rejection point. So you can see we're bouncing back and forth. And then down here we get another one. So when I saw this happening, I said, okay, if this comes back up, I started watching Twilio as it was sort of like in this area right in here. It had crossed the VWAP, it was right in here. And I saw these points that had happened, and I said, okay, if Twilio comes back down and breaks the VWAP, then I'm going to use my VWAP break strategy, go short, and then my target is going to be down here to come back down. So I went ahead, it happened, it popped up, came down, broke the VWAP. It came down here and broke, and then pulled back, and then I set my order below, and you can see I actually got filled. It actually wasn't the greatest entry. It was 110.18, which is right where my cursor is, and that's not, I would like to get in, up here closer. I like it when it pauses a little bit there and bounces back and then goes again, because then I can place my order and get pulled into the trade. So it activated, we got a push down, pulled back. I have my stop set a little above the VWAP, so good risk management. Push down again, we got another little pullback, and then it dumped, and that's where I went ahead and got out. So another great VWAP break trade, and so I journaled this one, wrote down some specifics, and then the problem with both of my trades, and actually all three of my trades today, the one I'm not talking about as well, is all three of them, if I would have held them longer, they would have made me more money. It's interesting how that seems to work, but you can see I sold in here at 88, actually, right there, right at the top of this candle. So I could have had all this profit. Then it would have bounced around and sold off. And you see this? What's unique about this? Well, not unique. So what's similar? Boom, boom. Extend this rectangle out. Boom. It came all the way back down and got rejected again, setting up this amazing level of support. So another great VWAP break trade that has me really excited about the strategy. And now that you've watched this far into the video, I'm going to go ahead and share my analogy. So let's think about sports as a category, right? Just sports have so much within them, right? Different sports, there's tons of different sports. So if someone came to you and said, hey, I want to learn how to play basketball, and you said, okay, I'll teach you, they start to learn, they start to get a little better at it, and then they see someone ride by on a mountain bike and they say, oh, you know what, mountain biking seems kind of nice, I'm going to try that out. So they do that for a little while, and then they decide they want to swim, so they're swimming a little bit, and then they're playing, I don't know, dodgeball or something, and now before you know it, they've got like 8 different sports they're playing. How likely is it that they're going to get really good at any of those sports? Not likely, unless you're uber talented in any physical activity. You know, that would be the only case, but that's not the majority of us. So think of day trading as sports. So day trading is the big overhead category, and within day trading you have bear flags, bull flags, ascending wedges, descending wedges, high-a-day breakouts, momentum pushes. You have dip buying. You have all these different types of day trading, types of sports. So if you're trying to do everything, which it dawned on me the other day because I would see something set up and say, oh, that looks like an ascending wedge. I should maybe buy that breakout. And it might work or it might not, but then the next day I'm saying, oh, a key breakdown at a support level. At a support level. I'm going to do that. Next thing I know, hey, it's a 15-minute opening range breakdown. I'm going to trade that. If you're always trading things that are different, you really can't measure how consistent you are because you're constantly doing different things. You can't really measure, playing a bunch of different sports. You can't really get an idea for how good you are at swimming, or whatever, because you're doing a bunch of other things and those aren't related to swimming. So I know that with trading, price action is universal, but if you're trading a lot of different setups, it's hard to measure where you are. And when you look at some people who are uber successful and doing really well in trading, they always have one thing, just one thing that they do day in and day out, and they're really, really good at it. So it's good to know about as much, learn as much as you can. But at the end of the day trading, you need to make it as simple and niche as possible. This is just my opinion. But if you can find that one thing, like for me right now, looking at this VWAP break strategy, I want to trade this 20, 30, 40, 50 times and do a bunch of math on it. And if I'm successful or consistent at all with it, then if I just channel all my energy into this one strategy and just get really, really good at it, that could be it. I could consistently, day in and day out, make money on one strategy. And when you look at people who've been doing it a long time, they typically have their go-to. Now, I'm not saying you can't be really good at 4 or 5 different strategies. There are certainly people who are amazing at a lot of different types of trading. But if you look at their track record, they've probably been doing it a lot of years. And they probably didn't start with all 5 types of trading. They probably honed in on one thing, and then once that was really, really, really good, they probably moved on to something else for more variety, or to be more flexible as a trader, to have more opportunities that you can trade in one given trading day. So anyway, that was just food for thought. I want to hear what you guys think about that, because I can see some traders, especially in the comments sometimes, people who are stressed about, because they feel like they're flailing, like they don't understand what they're doing because they're spread so thin. They're sort of all over the place, and I hate seeing that, because and it's helping me to realize this too, because if we can all drill down to a more specific approach that fits our personality, it might set us up for more success and at least measurable results. So you can at least trade something, the same thing with the same triggers in the same whatever time frame you're using. And then if you're not successful at it, you'll know. And maybe then you could move on. But when you're trying 100 different things, 2-3 years could pass and you might still be in the same level of learning. You might not have progressed because you still haven't figured out that one thing. So I would challenge you to think about your personality and what you tend to gravitate towards regarding your trades, and then maybe just hone in and commit to only taking the next 20 trades on that one setup and just see where it goes and do some calculations on it, and then we can talk about it. I'll show you the results from mine, and then you can talk about yours, and we'll see maybe where that goes and how successful it was. But anyway, leave some comments below. I want to hear about it. I want to hear if, is this crazy talk or is it something that could be legitimate? I hope you all had a great day. I hope you're green. If you traded DGAS, if you slayed the monster today, I want to hear all about it. I want to know your entry. I want to know your exit. I want to know everything about it because I'm excited for anyone who took advantage of the big natural gas moves. The natural gas report, wow, that was big. So I hope everybody did well today. So anyway, leave a comment. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you think I deserve it. And I'll see you tomorrow at some point. Thank you so much for stopping in.